My girlfriend broke up with me for the dumbest reason after I supported her for years. But she forgot the house, cars, money are in my name. She said I complained too much. That's why she left. After 4 years, that's the reason. Not cheating. Not a fight. Just that I was too negative, whatever that means. She said she needed more light in her life, and I made everything feel heavy. She didn't even say it like she was mad. Just calm, like it was a business decision, like she was switching phone plans. She stood there with a suitcase I paid for, full of clothes I paid for, about to go stay with a friend I used to loan money to when she couldn't make rent. And I just sat there on the edge of the bed, still in my work clothes, wondering what the hell I even did. Not out loud. Just in my head. I didn't beg her to stay. I didn't ask what changed. I already knew. I supported her for 4 years. I covered the rent, paid for gas, groceries, her car maintenance, helped her finish school, carried both of us when she was too anxious to work, never once threw it in her face. She said she needed space, and I gave it. She said she wanted to build something, and I believed her. I kept working extra hours, making sure she didn't feel like she was falling behind. I thought that was what a partner did. Hold it down until the other one could catch up. But now I'm too negative. She used to say I was the only stable thing in her life. Said she'd never known someone so dependable. Said I kept her grounded. That's what she called it. Grounded. Now I guess that just means boring. I didn't go after her. Didn't check if she got there safe. Didn't send a follow-up message to make sure she didn't regret anything. I just sat there, alone in that apartment with all the bills in my name, wondering how someone could walk away like that. Just leave. Not cry. Not look back. Not ask if I'd be okay. Just done. She posted a story the next day like nothing happened. Some coffee place. Her friend in the background. Like she hadn't just walked out of a 4-year relationship without blinking. Like I was a phase she outgrew. A roommate she finally shook off. I checked the bank accounts. She hadn't put in a single dollar in over 6 months. Not for rent. Not for food. Not for gas. She'd Venmo me $20 here and there, and act like she was contributing. Meanwhile, I was draining savings just to keep us going. She left her stuff behind like it didn't matter. Hair straightener. Makeup. A few shoes. I didn't touch any of it. I didn't trash it or toss it out. I just closed the closet and left it all there. I wasn't angry. Not yet. Just tired. Then she texted me asking for her part of the security deposit from when we moved in. Said she needed it to help get a new place. That's when it hit me. She really believed she was owed something. After all that time, she thought she deserved a payout. I didn't reply. She never paid a cent of that deposit. I put the whole thing on my card because she said she needed a little more time. Said she'd pay me back when she got on her feet. That was 3 years ago. I locked down my accounts. Froze my credit. Called the car insurance and took her off the policy. She never paid for it anyway. She just drove around like it was hers. Always said we were a team, until it came time to split responsibility. She messaged again a few days later, asking if she could come pick up the rest of her stuff. Told me she hoped we could stay friends. Said she didn't want things to be bitter. I didn't answer that either. What was I supposed to say? Thanks for quitting on me? I boxed her things. Didn't break anything. Didn't leave a note. Drove it to her friend's place and dropped it off at the door. Didn't knock. Just left it. Got in my car and drove off. I didn't feel better. I wasn't relieved. I just didn't have to deal with her anymore. I didn't have to ask how she was feeling before I said anything. Didn't have to walk into my own place wondering if I'd do something wrong without knowing it. I didn't have to manage someone. That was the difference. That's what changed. She said I complained too much. But maybe if she had carried even half of what I was carrying, she'd understand why I was tired all the time. Maybe if she had skipped a few brunches or turned down a few trips or tried living within a budget once in her life, she'd know what real stress felt like. She wanted out. She got out. But she forgot the house, the car, the money, everything was in my name. 2 days after I dropped her stuff off, I got a call from her mom. First time she'd ever called me directly. I didn't even have her number saved. She said she just wanted to talk. Said it wasn't her business, but she was concerned. I said I was busy. She said it would only take a minute. She asked if I could be the bigger person. Said her daughter was hurting, that she didn't have a stable place to stay yet, and maybe I could float her some cash to help her land on her feet. I hung up without saying anything. Then her dad called the next day. I didn't even know he had my number. That man never looked me in the eye the whole 4 years we were together. He said I needed to remember all the good times. He said things were probably said in the heat of the moment, and that maybe I was being too harsh. He mentioned the car. Asked if I'd let her use it for a few weeks, just until she got settled. I asked him if he was planning to co-sign her a new one. He said that wasn't really possible right now. I told him that wasn't really my problem anymore. That night I sat at the kitchen table and thought about all the things I had paid for that her parents never even acknowledged. Her school bills. The therapy she wanted but couldn't afford. The phone plan. I even got her dad a damn job interview once through a friend, and he blew it. Now they wanted me to cover her transition period, like I was her HR department. I didn't respond to anything else after that. Turned off my phone for the weekend. Monday morning, I walked out to the driveway and saw a note tucked under my windshield. She'd been by. Said she missed me. Said she realized she was emotional. Said she wanted to talk. I crumpled it and tossed it in the bin before I even got in the car. By Wednesday, she was back on social media like nothing happened again. Selfies. New nail set. Some rooftop bar. I clicked out and deleted the app. 2 nights later, someone buzzed the gate to the building. I didn't recognize the name. I ignored it. Then I heard banging on the front door 15 minutes later. I opened the camera feed. Her friend. The one she moved in with. The one whose rent I paid a few times. She was yelling. I couldn't hear all of it, but she looked pissed. She held up her phone at the camera like she was showing me something. I watched her scream a bit more, then leave. I got a text 5 minutes later from a random number. You're pathetic. Then, you used her. Then, you're a bitter little man. I laughed. The car. The rent. The bills. But sure, I used her. By the end of the week, her sister messaged me. Said she was embarrassed to be related to her. Said she didn't know how I put up with it for so long. Said she wasn't taking sides, but that her sister had always had a way of rewriting history. I didn't respond, but I screenshotted it. I started saving everything. Not because I wanted revenge. Just because I was finally paying attention. I called the leasing office the next day. Asked if there were any plans to renew the lease early. Told them I'd be taking over solo now. They were shocked. Said they assumed we were married. Said she talked like we were buying a house. I laughed and said, "Yeah, me too." Then I called the dealership and ran a full check on the car I'd put in my name for her. She'd been stacking parking tickets. 3 unpaid. One of them close to getting towed. I paid them. Not for her, so it wouldn't come back on my credit. Then I changed the locks on the spare keys and moved the car off the street. She texted me again that night. This time nicer. Said she missed how safe things felt with me. Said maybe we could talk. I didn't answer. The next morning, I had a voicemail from her. She was crying. Said her friend kicked her out. Said she didn't have a place to go. Said maybe she didn't handle things right, but she was overwhelmed. Said maybe we could talk it out. Then she sent a photo of us from 2 years ago. One of those couple pics she used to post with captions about forever. I stared at it for a second, then hit delete. I wasn't mad. I wasn't even tempted. I just didn't care anymore. That afternoon, her mom called again. This time her tone was different. Said she was disappointed in me. Said she thought I was more mature than this. Said I was abandoning someone who gave me the best years of her life. I told her I paid for every one of those years. I paid for the privilege of being abandoned. Then I blocked her number too. The last straw came 2 days later when she showed up at my job. Not inside. Just waiting outside near the parking lot. I saw her standing there while I walked to my car. She waved like this was casual. Like I'd just come over and say hi. I got in the car. Locked the doors. Started the engine. She came up to the window. Knocked. I didn't roll it down. She mouthed something. I didn't read her lips. I didn't want to. I backed out slow, then drove away. Didn't even look in the mirror. That night, I cleared the last photos from my phone. Deleted old passwords we shared. Canceled the streaming services we split. Took her off the emergency contact forms at work. Took the bag of her leftover stuff I'd boxed up and drove it to the donation bin. I didn't want it. Didn't want to look at it. Didn't even open it to check what was inside. She said I complained too much. Now she's got nothing to complain about. I'm gone. And everything she lost? She never paid for it in the first place. 3 weeks of silence. No calls. No messages. But one day I got a call from the estate company. I found out she was using my name to try and lease an apartment. I got the call from a property manager asking to verify my employment and income. I said I wasn't applying for anything. She said the app listed me as a co-tenant. Sent me the document. Her name. My info. My signature. Copied and pasted from a tax form I helped her fill out last year. That's when it all flipped. I called the leasing office and told them it was fraud. They froze the application. Said they'd flag it. I called a lawyer. Explained everything. He said if I wanted to press charges, I had enough. I said I'd think about it. I didn't text her. I didn't warn her. I just sat there staring at that fake signature like I didn't even know who I'd been living with all that time. Then 2 days later, I saw a charge on my credit card from a furniture store. $2,413. I hadn't used that card in months. She had a photo of it from when I gave her the number once to buy medicine for her mom. I never thought twice about it. I reported the charge. Locked the account. Canceled the card. She must have realized what I did, because not even an hour later, she texted me. We need to talk. It's important. I ignored it. Then, I'm serious. It's about something I found out. About you. That part made me stop. Not because I thought she had anything on me. I lived clean. But because she never talked like that before. She wasn't subtle. She was reckless. But that message felt like bait. 2 hours later, I'm watching TV, minding my business, when I hear tires outside. Not just a car pulling up, burning rubber. I get up, check the window, and there it is. Her dad's truck. In my driveway. And then I see her. She's in the passenger seat, yelling something. He gets out, slams the door, starts marching up like he owns the place. I open the door before he gets a chance to knock. He starts yelling. Says I humiliated his daughter. Says I broke her heart, and now I'm leaving her homeless. Says she told him I used her credit, that I stole from her, that I manipulated her and left her with nothing. I don't say a word. I walk back into the house, grab the stack of receipts I saved, emails, bank records, screenshots of her texts asking for help. I hand them to him at the door. Tell him to read fast. She comes up behind him, starts pulling at his sleeve, telling him I'm lying, that it's all fake. He looks down at the paperwork, then at me. Doesn't say anything. Just throws the papers on the ground and walks back to the truck. She stands there alone, still trying to spin it. Then she says it. If you don't help me, I'll tell everyone what I know about you. I say nothing. She says, that money you got from your old job? The side stuff you never reported? And now I'm laughing. I tell her she's reaching, that I reported every dime. She pauses. Then she smirks and says, yeah. Well, they don't know that. She walked away without saying anything else. I closed the door and gathered all my records, bank statements, tax documents, the signed lease, the screenshots of her using my name. I said everything to my lawyer. I didn't warn her. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. I was done giving her any more time. 2 days later, I found a fundraiser online. Her face on the main image. Sitting in my old apartment. She said she'd escaped a manipulative relationship and needed help starting over. She said I ruined her credit and left her with nothing. People believed it. She already had over 9,000 in donations. I set everything to the site. Proof the story was fake. Photos, receipts, text messages, account logs, everything that showed it was all mine. The campaign was gone within 48 hours. Donations frozen. Page deleted. She tried posting something afterward to make it seem like someone was targeting her. It didn't stick. People started asking questions. She ignored them. Some of the comments turned on her. The rest disappeared. I didn't respond to any of it. There was nothing left to say. What do you think? Was I too harsh, or did she get exactly what she earned? By the way, I am happy now, and that is the best thing.